Alright, I'm back with lesson 9. As you can see, I did some stuff here because I made a video doing this and I folded up. So I'll just redo it and you can follow me. So what I did to get these highlights here, I put my fan brush in some yellow paint and then I tapped it all up here. Okay, so just tap, 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 tap. Again with the tapping. And just tap, tap, tap some highlights up here. Leave the bottom part a bit dark. And then we'll tap on these little yellow highlights on your grass with your fan brush. And that'll make it a little easier for you because you don't have to worry about your brush making blobs. Alright, so there's that side. And then I did some more on this side over here. I did some tapping. And that's what I did there. I just made some tapping. And I made those highlights on that side. And then what I did was I took my big brush again, my big old flat brush, this one here, and I tapped into some green, and I kept my green dark. I didn't want to have too much light, so just use your black and your green. Keep it dark. And then all I did to clean up these edges here, so that's before this path came in. Yours is white right now. So as what you're doing is you're going to clean up the edges here. So you just tap on the very edge of that grass here, and then you move it back up. So touch and move back up. Touch and move back up. Touch and move back up. And that'll help clean up that edge there. And you just keep tapping on those edges there. And tap, and tap, 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 tap. And just go back into your grass. Okay, get some more green. And tap, and then go back in up. And that gives you kind of like a little hill, you know. Gives you the, and some more texture. See how there's more texture going on in there? That's nice. Okay. So that's tapping there. So don't worry about that edge being too like that, because I'll show you how to do the path, and that'll take care of that. So you do the other side, tap, and bring it back. Oops. Too late. Too late. Alright, so just tap that back in there. Tap, 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 and come back. Tap on the edge, and come back. Tap on the edge, and come back. On the edge, and come back. On the edge, and come back. You can even go back a little further if you want. As long as you're tapping, you should be able to keep your texture and stuff, so you won't get any blobs. Okay, and then just finish up the edges. Tap and go back. Tap and go back. There we go. Good. So now you got your edges cleaned up a little bit. And then what I did for the path was I took a flat brush, a flat bristle brush, and nothing too big. You want to have it small enough so you can make your path small. So just take that and take some brown paint on one side and white on the other, just so that we don't have just one blob. So I kind of like mixing it. Go back and forth like this, back and forth. Little tiny path going sneaking in there in the bushes somewhere. Back and forth. Go into your grass a little bit. Then you make these edges. Okay. Back and forth. There we go. Back and forth. Back and forth. A little bit of brown on one side, white on the other, and back and forth again. I'll be going over that again now to clean it up. So back and forth into your grass. Clean it up a little bit. So you see any parts that need to be cleaned, just go back over them again. I'm kind of sitting in an odd position here, so it's hard for me to keep my hands straight. But for the sake of the video, I have to sacrifice. And hopefully this still helps you. Okay, so now we got that. So we got some brown one side and white on the other. And go back and start down here too if you want, just to get a little bit more on there. There we go. Good job. Okay, so you clean it up a little bit the way you want it. Back and forth. Good. Little path. So if you want to have the same, I don't know, we should put a little Change it to a smaller brush now, just so I can get some little details. I'll put a little bit of that color on that path up there, just so it'll match it a little bit. Not too much paint, just a little bit of paint, and just go back and forth here. Alright, so I'll just smooth that out, back and forth. Like I said, my hand is in an awkward position. As you can see, I can't keep my hand straight because of the way I'm sitting. But we'll clean that up. It's okay for me to make mistakes because I can show you how to fix them. So I'll fix that up for you after. Now just go back and forth. Alrighty. I went into my cabin a little bit, so all you gotta do, if you do something like that, just put a little bit of brown back in there. So easy to fix, see? Done. Now, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put a little fence in here. And a little fence, probably put it down here in the corner. So let's just put, you can use chalk if you like, or a pen, but the pen is dark so you may not see it. So just put, let's see, let's put a post here. How's that? And a post here. One will be shorter than the other because it's like it's coming towards you. So, and then just put a line going across here and here. We'll have a little fence right there. So now you can see where it's going. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put a little tiny brush like this, flat brush, brown on one side and black on the other side. Okay, black and brown. And with the vertical, the skinny part of your brush, touch and pull up, and the brown can be on the right. And if you lose your brown, it's okay because we can go back over it. And just make your little fence. You can go back up and down if you like. There we go. Brown on one side. Because we got lots of black, just put your brown on one side of your brush and go up, 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 up. We'll do some highlighting on this now, don't forget. Okay, now brown and black, and we'll do the same here. Boop, 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 up, 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 boop, boop, boop. Good. Now brown and black again, reload. And we'll do the same here. Okay, touch and pull. That's a big one. That's good. We want it to be too perfect because it's an old fence, probably falling down. Good. Now what we'll do is we'll highlight that a little bit. A little bit of yellow. So just put a little bit of yellow on your top of your brush there. Bring it a little bit down here on this edge. Brighten it up a little bit on this edge. Now if that's too much, you don't have to have that much. You just wipe it off. And you can probably put a little bit on the top of here, just a small bit. Part of it up here and here, it doesn't matter. Wherever you think that'll bring it out. Okay. There we go. Now you're going to want some grass down around your fence to make it look like it's in your grass. So just tap into some green and tap into some yellow. Just tap a few little bits of grass down around there. That's all. Just tap, 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 tap. Probably have to wait for it to dry to put some more around there. And so all we have to do now is there's not really much left to do that. You can do whatever you want if you want to add some stuff to it. We can add, I'll tell you what we can do. We can take our big old flat brush and we can put some red, and yellow. Well, you have yellow on your palette, so if you don't have any red, put some red back on. Alright. And take your brush and tap it in your hand. Make sure it's not too wet because it's hard to control when you tap it in your hand so it spreads it out, see? And then you just tap into your red so we don't have too much. I mean, you see they're spread out. I put a few little, I don't know, maybe a few little flowers on the edge here somewhere. Something just touch. See, I just touched and came out cute little flowers. Probably a couple little flowers here or there. Maybe there's some behind the fence or around the fence. A little bit more, not too much. Just touch, touch, and touch. And you get some flowers. Some flowers here and some flowers there. Put a few little yellow ones in with it. How's that? A little bit of yellow? Just lay them in there somewhere. Probably on the edges there. Yep. Like that. You could do anything you want with this. And add anything you want. You could even add some rocks, because now that I showed you how to do rocks, you can add a few rocks to this too. Add some more yellow. Some yellows. A little bit there. Ooh, a little bit there. So cute. A bit here and there. Probably a few little ones going up the path. Little tiny ones. We don't want too much. A few more red ones. Probably little tiny ones up there because it gets smaller as you get further away. And that's nice there. And let's see. I think that's about it. I'm just going to show you one more little trick. We're going to get a brush. Let's see. Let's get a small flat brush. Small flat Bristol brush, okay? Now, you're going to be doing this at home, so what you can do is you lay your canvas down and put some tissue paper on the top up here, because we're going to splatter a few little rocks. So we wet our brush, and then you tap it off so there's not too much water on it, and you tap into your white, okay, like that. And then you just take your finger and rub it over the top of your brush, and you'll start splattering some little rocks. Okay? Now, like I said, you have to cover it up, the parts that you don't want, okay? Now put some black on your brush, and then splatter some black on there. And then you get these little rocks, pebbles and stuff. Okay, so little pebbles, and little rocks. So it's just rubbing your finger over the top of your brush, see? And if you want to make a couple of little small rocks, I don't know if I showed you these or not, but these are fun to make too. Just take, let's see, let's take some brown on one side of your brush and white on the other side of your brush, okay? And then just take the brown side down and pick a spot where you want a little rock. Just touch and push. Touch and push. Just, it's not cooperating. Touch and push. Touch and push. Touch and push. You get these little tiny rocks. Little tiny ones. There we go. A couple of little rocks. And you can put them in places that you don't like your grass, or you don't like something. You have a few little rocks going on there. Touch and push. So what the trick is, you have brown on one side and white on the other. And as the paint is wearing off, you don't need to go get any more. Just touch and push. Touch and push. Let some of them fade out. Okay? Touch and push. Touch and push. Now, little rocks. So I'm not going to do much more with that painting, because I think there's so much more you can do with it. You can add your own little details. You can, you know, put an animal in there if you want, you know. You can put a little dog walking up the path. You can have some more flowers in your grass. You can highlight your grass more if you want to. You can do whatever you want with it. So, but I'm going to leave that as and call it finished. So I'll do another video and I'll let you know about that one. I've got requests for lighthouse and snow scenes, so I'll pick something and we'll do it. But if you got any questions on this video, on this painting and you're having a problem with something, just give me an email and I'll let you know what's going on and how we did everything. And happy painting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.